Welcome back to the Apex Detail channel. I'm Brian. We are back to work on the Saab 96 here. As you can see, half the hood is complete. And there's more than one combination. As we started off in the first video, I'll go ahead and show you a bunch of different combinations. The surface of this vehicle is moderate, leaning towards stubborn. So any combination you see here will work not only on single stage, but a surface or clear coat that is modern or hard or stubborn, like GM and Ford and some of other manufacturers out there that have hard clear coats. So this round, let's go with the rotary. Here I have the MaxShine M550 and a Lake Country hybrid wool pad. I'm using the Sonax 0505. This combination is perfect for moderate defects, imperfections, like swirl marks, love marks, some very light scratches. Lake Country is fantastic and my favorite when it comes to wool pads. Besides the hybrid blue wool pad here, I like the low lint pre-washed lamb's wool pad. They also have the purple wool pad as well. They have a bunch of cutting wool pads, polishing pads. They have the double-sided wool pads. They have wool balls. They have electrified sheepskin. They have a ton of different wool pads for all of your needs. I would look into them. As usual, the polisher is going to be between the 3rd and 4th speed setting, leaning more towards the 4th speed setting. I'm just using my hand, my right hand, as you can see, to guide the polisher back and forth with just a little bit of pressure from my thumb. Doesn't need a whole lot of pressure. Keep that rotary flat as much as possible, especially on a larger flat panel. I know some of you have a little bit of trouble with it skipping. Just add a little bit more product, or for a split second, tilt the polisher on a 10 to 15 degree angle and then just go right back to flat and it'll straighten out for you. As I wipe off the residue, and I'll bring you in close to see the turnaround we did just from that one single step, I would urge you, grab a rotary at some point. When you're ready, when you're comfortable, grab some horses from Home Depot or Lowe's. They're usually under 15 bucks. And grab some junk panels from a local body shop. They are usually more than happy to get rid of their panels. Ask for a hard GM clear on a panel, and maybe a panel that has soft clear. They'll help you out. They're happy that you're getting into this. So as you can see there, huge turnaround just with that single step. So I'm going to finish the hood, and we're going to take care of the next step. We're going to get to that shortly. We're not finished, even though it did cut and finish down fairly well. We want to bring out even more clarity and lay down even more gloss and actually start a crest on top of that single stage. Guys, single stage is very porous, very absorbent. So how I lay down a crust or a quick layer on the top is this right here. Well, this is one of the products I use. This is Flash Pro, and it has a little bit of acrylic in it. It also has minor or fine abrasives, so you can finish down, bring out some more shine and clarity, and lay down that acrylic all in one step. And I love this stuff on single stage paints. So I'll do the polishing, and I'll usually do one panel at a time and then let it sit there for a couple minutes and let that acrylic start to cure before I wipe off the polish residue. By the time I get around the whole car and have both cut and finished it, the acrylic from where I started will have cured enough where I can lay down protection. And for me, on single stage, that's going to be a sealant. That's going to be the Class High Gloss Sealant. And again, that also contains acrylic. So we're getting another layer of acrylic on there, and that really fills in that porous single stage. So for those of you that like to stack, you could stack a wax or a quick detailer, or a wet wax, a hard wax, or even an SiO2 spray sealant on top of that when it's completely cured after about 24 hours or so. What I want to do now is pull the masking tape off the hand-painted pinstripe and go over that just with the little bit of product that's left over from the pad from doing the rest of the hood. That's plenty of product. That will blend in that area because in between the pinstriping, it's a little bit hazy and a little bit oxidized, and we can clean that up without hurting the hand-painted pinstripe doing just this. I'll let that acrylic sit there for a few minutes, start to crosshatch, start to latch onto the single stage, and then I'll wipe off the polish residue. I'll bring you guys in close so you can see what that looks like. Acrylic protection is no joke. As I mentioned in the last mail call, you have graphene and you have SiO2, and acrylic is just under that. So it's a form of protection I really respect, but it's very overlooked. We're now getting a ton of gloss, a ton of reflection. That's how it's supposed to look. Let's finish the rest of this. Let's hop over to the passenger side front fender, and we'll use yet another combination. This will be a microfiber cutting pad, and we'll use the Sonax 0505 again. As you saw, the Sonax 0505 works well both with the rotary and a dual action polisher, although it was formulated for the dual action polisher. It can be successfully used on both. Now, those that aren't familiar or even comfortable with the rotary, this is another option. It takes a little bit longer, which is why I would recommend using a 21mm throw dual action polisher, but you can get the job done. Again, using this combination here just takes a little bit longer. When it comes to microfiber cut pads, and these are Lake Country, you normally tell by the blue foam in between the microfiber and the backing plate Velcro. Very good pads, high quality. The adhesive is high quality. They cut. They are aggressive. They're used for quickly and easily removing heavy swirls, sand scratches, water spots, and heavy oxidation. Okay, let's get to what happens to any type of pad that's been working on the surface of this car. Well, transfer. Single stage, doesn't matter what color it is going to transfer onto your pad. So in between every pass, I clean whatever pad I'm using. Microfiber, wool, foam, doesn't matter. I'm going to clean it out thoroughly. Keeps it 100% effective. Also keeps pigtails or doing damage to the panel you're already working on. So it's very important to keep the pads clean. And as you can see here, the turnaround is yet fantastic again. Another great combination, another great alternative, another great option. Took a little bit longer than the first two steps that I showed you, or the first two processes. So let's take care of these pads. I have a bunch of them to clean up now. I have my own mixture. I showed you what that is. I spray it onto the pad. Then I use a detailing brush, an upholstery detailing brush, just to scuff them, to agitate them, and work that spent polish or compound residue loose, and then I put it in the contraption I put together here. Obviously, this is an old bench blast cabinet. Lock the pads in there. I have a vacuum cleaner that has the hose running up to the bottom of the cabinet itself. Turn on the vac, and then start to clean your pads. I have an air hose running in with an air chuck, and the pad splatter and the fibers that are blown off the pad are all contained. They're pulled down into the vacuum cleaner. We don't have to breathe any of that in. No dust, no dust from the residue of polish or compounds. We don't have to breathe in any of the fibers from the wool or microfiber pads, and we can clean them thoroughly in the shop. All right, so that's as far as we're going to go today when it comes to cutting on this car. We got the whole front clip finished. Nice turnaround. The customer's going to be happy. This isn't the most expensive package, not a whole lot of budget to go after texture, make it perfectly flat, and some of the other imperfections are going to remain as well. So I still think he's going to be very happy. What do you guys think? Are you happy with the turnaround? I enjoy this color. I really like the color. I wasn't very happy about it first, but I like it. If you're enjoying the content from this channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we have fresh content available.